Wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your love and support. Please, if you are new to this channel and you are here to subscribe, kindly touch on the subscribe button to subscribe and also click on the notification bell to enable you get a notification once I upload new video. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making a straight up shoulder gown with puff sleeve and round the chest band. So I'm going to make use of this Ankara fabric and this fabric also. This is light scuba. So I will use this Ankara fabric for the sleeve and for the chest band also. So I'm going to be cutting the down panel first, which is the straight cut part. As you can see, my fabric is folded into four. What you need to do is to first of all fold your fabric into two, still fold it again, making it into four, and also don't forget to mark out your zipper allowance. As you can see, I've marked out my zip allowance, so my folding stop at this zip allowance here. The gown length I'm working with is 59 inches, and I will minus my half length to get the down panel length I'll be working with. 16 minus 59 will give us 43 inches. So I will measure out 43 inches here. So here is 43 inches. I will add 2 inches for folding allowance. So I will connect this with my ruler. This is it. See where my measurement is starting from this zip line here. 35 divided by 4 will give us 8.7, and here is 8.7. I will add 1 inch for that and 2 inches for seam allowance, making it 3 inches. Waist to hip line is 9 inches. So I will take my hip measurement from here now. The hip that I'm working with is 42.5 inches. Divided by 4 will give us 10.6. I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'll connect from my waist to hip line measurement. Now at this hemline, I will go in by 2 inches to form a pencil. I will use my ruler to connect from my hip line down to this place. So this is it. I will go ahead and cut this out. For the upper side, I will minus 6 inches to get my shoulder to bust measurement, which is 11.5 inches. Shoulder to under bust measurement 14.5 inches, and shoulder to half length 16 inches. I'll be using 1 inch for joining allowance, making it 17 inches. So I will connect this line. Okay, this is it. This is shoulder to bust measurement. Remember, you minus 6 inches to get shoulder to bust measurement, shoulder to under bust measurement, shoulder to half length, and this is joining allowance. The bust to bust I'm working with is 8 inches. Divide by 2, since our fabric is folded into 2 will give us 4 inches. I'll be adding half inch for seam allowance, making it 4.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 4.5 inches down to my half length. So I use my ruler to connect a straight line. Okay, at this chest line measurement, I will measure 2 inches from this side, from this bust to bust measurement here. At the waist measurement, I will measure 2.5 inches. So I'm going to connect these 2.5 inches, curve it to my bust measurement. Then slant this to these 2 inches. This is it. So I will take my waist measurement, that's 35 inches, divided by 4 will give us 8.7. Here is 8.7. I will then add these 2.5 inches back. Add my seam allowance. My bust measurement is 42 inches, divided by 4 will give us 10.5. Here is 10.5. Add 2 inches for seam allowance. So connect it like this from my bust down to my waist measurement. And I will convert my armhole measurement. Let me use 4.5 inches depth and 4.5 inches width. You can also use your shoulder measurement to get this. So I will slant it like this. This is what I will cut out. Okay, this is it. Don't forget to notch shoulder to bust measurement and shoulder to under bust measurements. This is it. So I'll go ahead and cut out the back upper part. For the back upper part, I will use this front side to get the length that I'm working with. This is shoulder to bust measurement. I will take my bust measurement 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5. Two inches for seam allowance. I will take my waist measurement 35 divided by 4 will give us 8.7. I will take 1 inch for that and 2 inches for seam allowance. For the armhole, I will still measure out the same thing, 4.5, 4.5. Then slant from this 4.5. This is it. So I will go ahead and cut this out. So for this gown, I don't need to cut out the neckline since the chest line will have a band around the chest line, so I don't need to cut out the neckline. So this is it for the back side. So I will cut out the sleeve now. Okay, for the sleeve I will make use of this. First fold into 2. So this is for the 2 sleeve. Mark a straight line where my measurement will start from. Let me cut this out. This is for the 2 sleeve. So since this is an off shoulder, for the sleeve I will minus 4 inches to get my sleeve length, and the sleeve length I'm working with is 21 inches. I'll add 2 inches for folding allowance. For the round sleeve that I'm working with is 14 inches divided by 2 will give us 7 inches. So because this will be a big sleeve, it depends on what you want, how many inches extra you want to add. Mine, I will add 10 inches extra. Mark a straight line. out armhole. I've got this out. So this is it. This is into two now. So I'll go to my machine and fold the hemline. Don't forget to notch folding allowance 2 inches. So I'll go to my machine and fold this hemline. And also join the upper body, join the front upper side and the back upper side together. Insert that before the next thing. This is the hemline. This is it. The next thing now to do is to join the front upper side and the down panel together. So I'm going to join it. This stitch line will be on top of this dart, and this one on top of this dart too. So I'm going to join it and it will fall over like this. I will still repeat the same thing on this back side. So the zip side will be towards the zip side. This is the zip side and this is the zip side. Place the two darts on top of each other. Stitch it like this. And down here also. Open it up like this. I've joined the upper part and the lower side together. This is the front side and this is the back side. I also close the zip allowance. Next thing now to do is to take body measurements. I will take my bust measurement, divide by 2. Check what is remaining. Take from here. Take from here. Take my waist measurement, divide by 2. At the hemline, I will go in by 2 inches on both sides. So I will take 2 inches from this side also. So I'm going to connect from my bust. I'll connect from my bust to hip measurement. I will then mark it down to my hemline. Still connect this side. This is it. So I will go ahead and join these two sides up. So this is it. This is the slit. I used 23 inches for the slit. How to do that? How to achieve that? You measure from your hemline the length that you want. I use 23 inches for the slit. So I will first of all attach the sleeve before the chest band that will attach to this gown. So I will attach the sleeve like this. Right side facing towards the right side. Right side facing towards the right side. Like this. Stitch it down. On to the other side. Like this. And also stitch it down. Then close the two sides up. Okay, for the chest band, you measure around your shoulder. You run the tape around your shoulder like this. So mine is 44 inches. So I will cut out 44 inches length here. Also add same allowance. For the width, I will make use of 1.5 inches. I've already cut out what I'll be using. So here I will measure out 2 inches for the width. I will use 1/2 inch for the same allowance. So after stitching it together, it will still give me 1.5 inches. So I will quickly do that now. After stitching this, I will turn it to the right side. So I will turn it inside out. This is it. So I will use my iron to iron this. This stitch line will be at the center like this. I will iron it like this. Okay, this is it. I've joined the sleeve. This is the shoulder band. So remember, round the shoulder that I'm working with is 44 inches. So to get how I'm going to face this, I will measure this back side. This is 8 inches. This is 8 inches also. I'll measure the front side. This is 12 inches. This 8 inches plus 8 will give us 16 plus 12 inches will give us 28 inches. Since the round shoulder that I'm working with is 44 inches, I will minus this 28 inches from 44, giving us 16 inches. So for the sleeve, I will use 8 inches for one side of the sleeve. The other side of the sleeve, I will use 8 inches. So I will do a gather on the sleeve. I'll gather the sleeve up like this. Okay, this is the sleeve. This now is 8 inches. So when I'm joining this, I'm going to join this like this, starting from the zip side. See, this stitch line at the center will be facing up. I will join it like this. Here is where I mark for the sleeve. I will mark another 8 inches, so I will gather this sleeve on top of this and stitch. So I will start from this zip allowance. This stitch line will be facing up like this. I will place it. This is where I mark for the back side. So I will stitch it to reach here. This is 8 inches for the sleeve. So I'm going to stitch this gather side on top like this to this 8 inches. Continue the front side, still reach this gather sleeve. So if you don't want to do this gather, you can print yours. So I will do that now. I will go to my machine and stitch this. This is it. So I will insert elastic on the sleeve at the hemline side. Use my safety pin. Fix your elastic like this. That's it. This is it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please, if you're here to subscribe, kindly touch on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to enable you get a notification once I upload new video. See you guys in my next tutorial. Love you guys. Bye.